All right, welcome to another episode of Chally and the Boys. I am your host, Stephen Chalicombe, and you can follow me and the boys on Twitter at ChallyATB. And join with me tonight for a little pregame action for your Dallas
Mm.
Cowboys is one of the co-hosts, Will. Will, what do you got going on tonight?
Nothing, just hanging out, having my room temperature monster,
Sick,
and ready to
gross.
talk to the people about the things.
Okay, yeah. So for those of you who I guess did not see our predictions episode, both Will and I picked the Vikings to win this Sunday's matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Our other co-host Stash did pick the Cowboys. Um, I'm fairly sure that's because he thinks the Dak Prescott is gonna just go like I don't know 45 for 50 against the fucking Vikings and just put this team on his back. So we'll see. But with that being said, Will, I guess why do you think either the Vikings will win or why do you think Dallas will lose? Where do you think Dallas is gonna fall short? I guess just hit us with whatever you're thinking.
So let's make this
Short
pretty
and
clear
sweet.
to start off.
Oh,
No, so make it start. Is that I think there's no reason that Dallas can't win tomorrow.
okay.
Uh, I think my biggest issue or thing that I'm worrying the most about is what Dallas's defense, which Dallas defense is going to show up.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. Fair question.
because we like our last show we started talking about, man, what's up with the defense, what's up with Dan Quinn not making any adjustments that we think as fans is pretty obvious. Not and obviously he's way smarter than us, and obviously he gets it. Blah 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 blah. But it doesn't make it any more easy on us as fans. As okay, we're gonna get gashed, okay, in the run game, okay. We can kind of live with that, but we can't get gashed in the run game and have three, four, 5 touchdowns a game, thrown over our corners' heads, right? Can't
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
can't. I mean, we don't really want to have live with either one of them, but why do we have to? We shouldn't be having both of them. If
s-
this is a top flight defense, is if this is what they're supposed to be, or what they're supposed to be, then what's going on here?
so your boys over at I don't know, fucking
Okay,
brought us in fucking
my boy brought us. Yep,
was it Belt,
Bobby
whatever.
Belt. Yeah, okay, yeah.
They put some sort of number on it, and I actually I should have written it down. I wasn't really ready for this, but the right end, it didn't even matter who it was. Dallas's right end missed like upwards of 10 assignments where they were either twisting or
Really?
stunting, and the right end just didn't twist or stunt. Right, like so that's where a lot of these they were getting gashed up the middle really bad because the defensive tackle was rotating out, but the defensive end was never
Wasn't
rotating
coming
in.
in. Right,
So,
gotcha.
you
That would be
know,
a problem, yeah.
yeah, it's a huge problem, right? Like, and I'm pretty sure it's not like, I would like to think Dan Quinn's like, hey man, just don't stunt. Let's see what they do. Maybe if we,
Sure.
you know, get in their heads where we're just fucking up assignments, maybe they
Yeah, yeah,
just,
yeah.
reverse psychology them or something, right? I
Yep,
don't think
yep,
that's
yep.
happening. So, um, it
It's
definitely seems like something that can be fixed, right? Like that's not the only issue with the run defense, but that is a major issue, right? Like if guys are just blowing assignments, then you just have no chance.
Yeah, I think in the long run the defense will be fine. I think every defense has issues throughout the year, ruts or where they just don't want to show anything or they just happen to run into teams that get hot at the right time that also match up against what you don't really do great. y- You know,
Yeah.
um, because I assume that the Cowboys are going to be able to score um, this weekend.
Hmm.
So that's the reason why I picked the Vikings to win, though, is because I think that if the Cowboys' defense couldn't stop Green Bay's offense, and Aaron Rodgers is 55 times the quarterback that Kirk Cousins will ever be, okay, um, but their weapons are insane compared to Green Bay's. So if Green Bay's going to thrash them, then why, as fans, would we not anticipate a thrashing from Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean logically that's right. 100%. I would like to live in this fantasy land where it's, the same thing they should have been doing against Green Bay was just stack the box. it's kind of crazy to say make Aaron Rodgers beat you with his arm, but it's like make fucking Kirk Cousins beat you. I would much rather get beat by Justin Jefferson having another fucking 15 catch game, 200 yards. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but like I'd rather
Yeah.
get beat by that than Cook and Madison going for 150 yards on the ground to pop. Uh, because that just means Kirk Cousins pulled that out of his ass, and there was obviously no stopping that. I would rather challenge Kirk Cousins than just, you know, I don't know, play too high and hope you can kind of slow down Justin Jefferson. Granted,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
they were able to slow down Justin Jefferson last year when they played. It's a new
Yeah, the
year.
defense was really good or did really good or played very well last year.
The
What was it,
secondary was a
9 or
lot
10
better.
points?
Uh,
Didn't they win like 14-10 or 14-9
yeah,
or
it was
something,
something
13-9 or
silly
something?
like that.
But it's the same. It's all the same players on defense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's almost all of this. Like literally, all, for player, it's almost all the same people. Um, so I mean, that's the biggest concern. But the defense is still. I mean, what if they play good and then Dak throws it? Because Dak's been really bad. He was good against Chicago.
That was the only game he's played well in so
Right,
far. He was,
right.
you know, he was rusty or whatever against Detroit, which we all,
Detroit. You're right.
excuse me,
Yeah,
kind of expected,
he was
right? Like
plenty
that
fine
was,
against Detroit. I was okay with that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
upset me at
yeah,
all. Yeah.
absolutely.
But can we need to start getting on a little bit of a run here. A little bit of consistency. Because I'm okay. I don't as a Cow fan I don't ever want them to lose. I'm okay losing 31-28 to the Packers if it looks different. Because
Oh,
it
sure,
didn't
yeah,
look it looked bad on defense, but it also looked bad on offense.
yep.
Like I mean they were able to run the ball pretty well, but the pass. This is 2022, bro.
Yeah, I
Can we
mean,
just complete
we,
some passes,
we keep
eight
saying
yard
they,
passes? We're struggling with 5 yard passes. Can we get some 8 yarders?
yeah, I mean, we keep saying, and we, pretty much everyone in actual media and, shitter podcasters like us, I guess,
Yeah,
Dallas blew a 14-point lead, but they also didn't put any more points on the board as they were blowing that lead, right? Like they didn't even put up a field goal
yeah,
in the fourth quarter or overtime, right? Like so, again, I'm not trying to say like, oh, the offense blew it. Like the defense did blow it, but
yes.
the offense did, you know, they were
One
pissing
field
down their leg
goal
at the same
would
time.
have made a difference.
Yes.
You know, or just it sounds it's easy to say now because it's hindsight. Hindsight's 2020 or whatever, right? But
Mhm.
a couple more first downs, or maybe just one first down, extend one drive. Green Bay can't win that game.
Yeah, if well, yeah, especially if they just run the ball.
Well, yeah, or that too, yeah, or you know what I mean, because they just eventually run out of time.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, I have it still here. I think we did it on the prediction show, and Stash was trying to call me out again. Uh, as Dallas was throwing away their 14-point lead, Dak was 4 for 13. So obviously that means there was 13 passing plays from the time they were up 14 points to only 9 rushes. I don't have the stats on the rushes
Mm,
myself, but um, at by the end of the game they were averaging over 5 yards a carry, right? Like say if they throw the ball 3 less times and run the ball 3 less times, that's 15 yards and hopefully not a penalty. That's a first down and that's another
at least minute and a
60,
half.
70 seconds off the
Yeah,
clock. Yeah,
it,
right. Maybe that doesn't change the game in just those three, but it puts more pressure on Green Bay, that's for sure.
they didn't help themselves, and this is a one. Oh no, this is the 4 o'clock game. Uh,
Yeah.
I think that we kind of talked about this when we were doing the pickums too. Is that I think that 4 o'clock game is the same as a 1 o'clock game for
Yeah, I
Kirk
agree. I don't
Cousins.
think it's.
Um, yeah, like let's be clear. If this was a Sunday night game, I would not pick the Vikings. That would automatically because
Would you really?
he's. I mean, we've talked about this too. I'm a bigger fan of Kirk Cousins than I think most people. I think he's a lot better than most people think, except for he doesn't have any success when it matters. But if you just take the Monday night and I mean, I know it's a big if, but like you can basically say if about most quarterbacks. Okay, if they had more wide receivers, if they had a running game, if they had defense, if they only played 1 o'clock games, if they only played nighttime games, I'm sure look at the splits, right? But if you do, I mean, his Kirk Cousins numbers are crazy.
Yeah,
They're real
he's
good,
yeah. I mean,
But he,
it's crazy to think Washington just didn't sign him. Or not crazy, it's not
yeah,
crazy
oh,
maybe, but
Washington's a
like man,
travesty,
they
dude.
were crazy
They're an
when they
absolute
didn't.
travesty, man. That's a whole different story. That's like 7 episodes right there alone, and that's with us not really knowing most of what's going on, being outsiders. But we could
Sure.
still talk for that long about them. Um, but you want to know something? Good for Minnesota. Taking the chance. But he replaced. Oh Christ, it just slipped off my head.
Case Keenum or some shit.
Yes, Case Keenum. Yeah, yes. Um, So good for them making something work out of nothing. Because remember, everybody was roasting Minnesota when they paid. It was a fully guaranteed contract they gave Kirk Cousins, and
And
they fully guaranteed the one he just signed too.
I
People are
mean,
roasting him.
sure, but that still hasn't really panned out for him.
So it only pans out for one team every year, right?
Well,
And,
yeah, but like, I mean, Kirk Cousins hasn't even had a playoff run.
well, we might be looking at it right now.
Well, yeah, sure, right,
Or
that'll
but
change,
all
but
but then again, seriously, I'm not trying to get ticky tacky, but how many quarterbacks in the NFL have had playoff runs? One playoff run, let alone multiple. Seriously,
Tom Brady,
right? Him, Patrick Mahomes,
Jimmy Garoppolo,
Jimmy Garoppolo. You
just
know what I'm
saying.
saying? But like everybody loves Josh Allen and Justin Herbert's never even made the playoffs.
Nope.
So and those are oh Joe Burrow had a good run last year, but like you said, that was that's the one run. Let's see what happens. He's not looking too hot without Chase. You know what I mean? Who knows? But it's the list is pretty short of quarterbacks that have made real runs, and they're actually, I mean, Nick Foles made a run.
He
I
won a
don't think
Super
he's in the
Bowl.
league, bro. He might be a volunteer firefighter or something right now. I don't know.
Yeah, he
So
disappeared quick, huh?
he got some money right in Chicago. They realized, oh shit, this dude's not any good at all. Um, and
Maybe the biggest scam artist of all time.
I don't know. He might be somewhere. I'm not even gonna look that up because I don't care. I don't want to,
No, he was a backup for someone, right? And got cut this offseason, I thought. Or was that even last year? Was he a
I don't
backup in
know, dude.
Chicago
He's
this
poop.
year?
He's just poop. No, he was. I think he got cut by Chicago. That's where he went, and he got cut. I think he went back to Philly last year, or like 2 years ago, or last.
Mm.
I don't know. Well, whatever. Fuck him.
Doug Peterson needs to bring him down to Jacksonville. I guess
Maybe
maybe
he
the
is. Maybe he is in Jacksonville. That wouldn't
I don't
surprise
know.
me.
Maybe
I don't know. I'm not looking it up
Google.
though.
I guess to try and reel it in. What even if that
Hold on. I gotta say one more thing too
sure.
about the defense. I know I said this in a pick the other day too, man, and I know, okay, that not everybody's 100% right now and stuff, whatever, too. But you can't call yourself or people can't. Everybody anoint you the defensive player of the year, and you're a lion, and you're killing people, and you're an animal. If you dress up on Sunday or Thursday or Monday, whenever the game is, those excuses are off the table, right? If you're that hurt, then you just don't play, and then nobody can expect anything of you, right? He needs to fucking dominate this game,
I,
Parsons.
I'm
He has to.
yeah, I agree. And I mean
Because he
all
was
week.
nowhere to be seen last week.
Nope. I
And
man,
against
so I
Chicago,
think that was just a bad
I don't know why they're
scheme,
playing with linebacker. I
right?
still don't.
Yeah,
But
like, it
yeah,
took
but even then, they drafted him as a linebacker who could rush. It never happened. He never rushed. He blitzed in college, but he never rushed in college. Like a defensive
mhm.
end kind of position or whatever. And out of necessity, they made him a rusher, and he was really good at it. And he's really good at it. He may be the best defensive end in the league as far as rushing the quarterback concerned, right? He just his win rate, his pressures, his sacks like per rush, all this shit or whatever is I think he's like the best in all of them. But if they choose to play him at linebacker though, and that's how they want to use him, he needs to dominate the game there too. He needs to have 10 tackles, and they all need to be 4 or 5 yards. I know, I know he's going to get beat up sometimes. He's going to get manhandled because he's
I
smaller, but he needs to be able to affect the game. Sean Lee was small.
so I yeah,
Dat
you're
Win was
right.
small.
I man, I just
Dat win
It's
reference.
what do
Okay,
you
talk to me.
yeah, I heard you. And I'm not saying like what do you, but like just in general, like what do you expect your linebacker to do if the other team just runs in the literal opposite direction? I mean, he can't just chase down every single. It's just not possible. I mean, Ray Lewis and
No,
Brian
no, yeah,
Urlacher
yeah,
weren't
yeah, but
doing
I'm not. I'm
that.
not talking about. I'm not talking about. Well, yeah, but I'd have to go back again and look at it. I have a DVR, so I guess I can go back and look at it maybe tomorrow or whatever. It's I'm not talking about running down every play. Obviously, I mean he obviously still hustling. I'm not saying he's not hustling. He's not making tackles, but I'm talking about it, a couple times a game. He's got to knife through, and he's got to be able to scrape, the running back, at the toes to make instead of being a 10-yard run, make it a 2-yard run. Like he gets through the hole, and you can still,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Or I mean, there's ways. I don't know. It's tough. It's a everybody gets affected by the people in front of them. So if they're going to get gashed, like if the defensive line's not pushing, then the linebackers get affected. But
I
you can
thought
still make plays though.
I thought you listened to your boy Broadus, man. What's going on here? So they were saying I hate to bring this dude back
Actually,
up
this
again
week
because I
this week
actually don't kind of like
I
him.
was mad negative this week. Actually,
Mad negative.
like I didn't watch much of anything.
Oh, so they were saying where Parsons got caught up a lot last week, especially against run, was he was trying to undercut the blockers going wide,
Yeah,
and he just, yeah, I guess missed the running
got
back
too
from
not he didn't get
behind. He
enough
was too
depth.
too
Yeah,
far
right. Yeah,
behind, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know how you
yeah.
say that. It made sense when they were saying it. I don't know how to say that shit.
No,
Um,
that sounds good to me.
so as opposed to getting on the blocks and shedding the blocks to bring him back inside, he was essentially taking the short route
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just not following up behind,
See, I
where
I don't think he should be trying to take on too many blocks. Just because he is smaller. I mean, he can do it, obviously, because he has the abilities to do those things.
yeah.
But I
So
don't know. Just and who? I mean, we said it too. I mean, Curse has got to play better too. Curse has been basically a non-factor too. He hasn't been special at all. This he made a couple of plays last week behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, which was nice or whatever. But we need to get some we need to get some interceptions, man. We got a couple of fumbles last week, one on the special teams, right, and one at the running back. Whatever. We need a pick, man,
I
because that's different for the defense.
just like, can I say this on the record? You know when
Oh
Justin Jefferson made that catch last week, the fucking crazy one-handed grab. What if
yeah,
somebody just punched him in the dick, man? What like
yeah. I
maybe
mean, you
not even
can
punched him, right? I guess maybe punch him with a little flair, just a little tickle.
listen. That
No
shit wouldn't
fight's a
happen
fair
against.
fight.
That shit wouldn't happen against me. You know what I'm saying? You know.
uh, shit. What was I just gonna say? Um,
They need to play
oh,
they need to play a complete game.
yeah. I mean, and they've been saying, and not that this really means anything, right? Because it only matters on the field. But they've been saying all the right things throughout the week. Dallas's defense in specific, and more specific, Parsons and Curse actually, that they're definitely seeming or verbally trying to hold each other more accountable, right? Like they've been saying that they've been eyeing the game against the Vikings, that this is the measuring stick, and then after the loss with the Packers, that you know they can't blow fucking 14-point leads again. And I think Micah even came out today and said, you give us another 14-point lead, we're definitely not going to blow it, and blah blah blah. Those things are easy to say,
Yeah,
back it up, but so to that, while Dallas blew a 14-point lead last week against the Packers, the Vikings were down, I think, 17 against the
yeah.
Bills. So, I guess technically kudos to the Vikings for coming back, but I think that's worth noting that the Vikings were down at least 17 at one point against the Bills. So, um, I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas put them in a similar situation, right? And just hopefully they don't run the ball still.
Yeah, well, I think they definitely tried everything they could to not win that game. I mean, and then Allen threw the pick in the intercept
Oh, the
or in
Bill,
the end
yeah, man, they were
zone.
doing all sorts of shit,
Yeah,
fumbling in the end zone.
I don't think I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it when teams do this because I think they're just trying to figure some things out and try to whatever. But they should just win the game instead of just trying to play around. Just win the game and then just go to next week, right? You know what I mean, and then go
Uh,
try.
what do you?
Just the Bills in general. Like they're
Oh,
a really good team. They're like they're like top five in offense and like top five in defense, and they're just messing around. Or I don't know. That's what it looks like for me from the outside. I don't know.
Get your boy, get cousin David in here, ask him the questions.
We could get him on as a feature. We could do that.
Good.
You know?
Get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. Nice knowing
Um,
everyone. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so if Dallas is gonna win, I guess what would be Dallas's path to victory?
Is Zeke gonna play this weekend?
It
Tomorrow?
looks like he is. The last thing I saw from your boy Gelkin was that he plans on playing. Not he, but the team plans on having him play.
As far as I'm also concerned too, and I assume a lot of Cowboy fans agree, know this, whatever. I think Zeke could have played all of these games. By the way, I don't think
Yeah,
I think that last year he proved that he could play through it. I think they're trying to hold him out because of what he did last year, to try to get him for the end run. And like I think Stash said last, on our other episode, is that I think that the running game is completely fine without Zeke,
mhm.
but to win the game, you need Zeke. Like to salt the game away, either on the last drive of the game, you need Zeke to finish the game, or you need Zeke early in the game that wears these dudes down, then Pollard can finish the game. Like Zeke, he's not. I mean, Pollard's way more elusive and he's way more burst and way more speed. But man, Zeke kills dudes on defense. I mean, they are.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying.
How
It's not
how
that I
many dudes are tackling Zeke in the hole? Not many. And
I
I'm
mean
talking about like,
he
okay, people
gets
tackle him,
tackled in
but
the hole and sure he falls forward, but like
yeah,
who doesn't?
I would say most running backs in the NFL don't.
I
Most,
don't know.
not all, obviously. Like, you know what I mean. I don't. I'm just not going to name any off the top of my head or whatever. But I would say most don't in the hole. I don't know, whatever. It's a whole different thing. I think Zeke playing makes a big difference tomorrow. So if he plays, I would say they have a better chance than him not playing.
I mean I think if he played last week they win. And I still, as I tried to word when we did our last show on Wednesday or whatever it was, or
Mm.
no, Monday when we did the post game fucking show, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know that they literally missed Zeke the person. I think they missed his volume, right? Like I think they were afraid to give Malik Davis more than the fucking 7 touches that he got, just because he hadn't obviously been taking carries all year. I think they just missed the volume of somebody like Zeke, right? Like somebody they can trust to give the ball fucking 15 times or four
yeah,
times in a row on the last
right.
drive.
But we agree that we just disagree on. We agree that they missed the physicalness of it, but you just don't think Zeke is impactful as I do in that matter.
I,
Because
I
I agree. I
I
mean,
mean
like
I think
they.
Zeke is impactful. I just don't know that it needs to be Zeke,
Oh,
right? Like I
right, but
mean
but I'm
Malik
saying
Davis was extremely effective against the
what Zeke
Packers.
brings to the table, though, most running backs can't do. That's where we disagree. Because Malik Davis doesn't do anything different. He and right, he actually looked. He had a lot of juice. It looked like too, but Pollard could do what Malik Davis did. They just don't want to give Pollard 20 carries,
Right, but
right?
well, yeah, but
Or
they did.
25 carries at that point. Yeah, he did. He got 20 this time. But yeah, but like that was your point, is that they didn't. They could have ran out the clock just with a few more carries, but they chose to throw the ball because I assume they didn't want to push, um, Pollard anymore, right?
Hmm.
Because you
Yeah,
gave the stats. What was it, down the stretch or whatever? They basically stopped running the ball, even though they had the lead. They were up 14. I mean, the numbers could have been flipped around the other way, and then we're looking at a different story.
yeah, it's true.
Also, Dak just has to complete the passes. That's also an option.
It is. You don't have to tell me about that though.
Yeah.
58%.
Oof.
I might be able to do that in an NFL game. Hell, Kyler Murray can do it right, and I'm as tall as him.
Yeah. You're not wrong, dude.
What else? You got anything else?
No, I just hope it's a good game tomorrow, man. I'm not trying to sit down and watch the game and it get ugly early, you
What are you
know.
eating during the game tomorrow?
Well, I think I'm making chili for lunch. Chili around lunchtime, so I'll probably have chili around dinner time to eat, which would
Okay.
be like maybe halftime. What about you?
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got some chips and dip at the store today. So I'm pretty easy on game day. Chips
I
dip,
was
buffalo
I was
chicken.
kind of feeling, I don't know why, the other day, man. You know that not the. like the chili con queso joints
Yeah,
with some chips. I was kind of feeling that. I usually like just regular dip or like salsa. Those usually if I that's what I get. And I usually always have salsa in my house. But the other day I was feeling. You know what? I'm going to the store tomorrow
for what?
for the chili con queso.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
okay. We did pigs in a blanket last week. That was all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I like little piggies. You know.
yeah. All right. Well, we will wrap it up there. I guess good luck to the old Cowboys tomorrow. We'll see everybody in a post-game show probably Monday or Tuesday time frame ish, and then
Ooh, maybe Sunday night.
maybe, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. See
All
y'all
right.
later.